ladies and gentlemen, y'all remember the McCloskeys? Protesters were walking past their house in St. Louis, and they gonna come jumping out like they're St. Louis PD, aiming guns at the crowd. And they had to walk past their house in order to go to the mayor's house, who they were picketing. And they went overboard. And the funny part is, Donald Trump was even talking about this and their convictions. And as soon as Donald Trump lost the election, man, he ain't never bring these two up again. I guess Donald Trump is like, I got my own problems. I do not have time to be thinking about y'all. And so now they're whining to get their convictions expunged. I mean, look at all the stuff that's going on in the country. I mean, their problems are pretty minor compared to many things that are happening now. So, y'all, I mean, I remember this. It was so split online. And, I'm willing to bet not even a fraction of the people out here even give a crap about this stuff. I bet you the average person don't even care anymore. That's just my opinion. So, this happened back in 2020. Some of y'all might remember. And there was a protest against the mayor of St. Louis, and she lived in a gated community where the McCloskeys lived. And I guess they saw this crowd. It was primarily a lot of black men and women in the crowd. And in my opinion, they went way overboard, ran in the house, got weapons, start aiming at the crowd. I mean, it really, at the end of the day, was not necessary to do that, especially if they were moving along. It's not like they stood in front of your house and start making a noise. They were just walking through. But it's not unusual for these folks to go overboard, y'all. They always have and always will. This is just the nature of the beast. So let's get into it. So we know the McCloskeys made headline back in 2020 when they came out and decided to wave weapons at a racial injustice crowd that were walking by, and they were really interested in going to the mayor's house, is requesting that the courts expunge a conviction tied to the incident. McCloskey, a personal injury attorney, filed a petition for expungement Tuesday through the St. Louis Circuit Court per Missouri court records. This form is used to ask the court order agencies that have arrest records pertaining to a specific incident in which the applicant was involved to destroy the records, according to the Missouri Online Court Database. So Mark McCloskey pled guilty to a misdemeanor, fourth degree assault. And this was back in 2021. Because, like I said, when Donald Trump mentioned this, and as soon as he lost the election, man, he was like, the hell with you. And Donald Trump was, you know how Donald Trump is, he was focused on nobody but himself. And so he got hit with a fourth degree misdemeanor assault in 2021, while his wife pled guilty to harassment charges. Both avoided jail time, but the courts ordered them to surrender their firearms. McCloskey's latest court motion, he wants their records expunged and the charge, and to return a fine that he paid for $750. If granted, the expungement would erase the charge and give him a clean record. The McCloskeys are both lawyers in their 60s, claim they felt threatened when demonstrators walked past their home. People walking past your houses, that sent you in an uproar, huh? Walking past your house. So This was during the time when there were big protests going on in regards to George Floyd. Mark McCloskey emerged from his house with an AR-15, and Patricia waved a semi automatic pistol, all because people with melanin walked past their house. That's America, isn't it? Is America as apple pie? So, ladies and gentlemen, do you think they should get the expungement? In my opinion, their complaints are minor. Look, we got men and women, primarily men, melanated men, that are sitting in jails and never committed a crime and been in there for decades. We got people that have been sitting behind bars since the crack epidemic while they're running around here telling you opioids is a public health problem and nobody is going to jail. And not to mention, ladies and gentlemen, they're letting these migrants go over crimes that are clearly felonies. You know, when you see all of this going on out here, I have to tell you, I really don't care about the McCloskeys. I don't care what crime is on them, not on them. I could care less about these people. So, what did them in was the whole confrontation and them waving those guns at crowds walking past their house was captured on video, the whole thing. And it drew a lot of attention nationwide. And the couple, they were viewed as villains for what they did. No shots were fired, no one was hurt, and it was really unnecessary. It seriously was. So in January of 2022, the city council's office said the Parsons pardon obliterated the conviction, but not the plea agreement in which McCloskey forfeited the guns. So Mark has also campaigned for Missouri U.S. Senate seat, but he lost in 2022, and it went to Eric Schmidt, who beat him. So I guess people weren't feeling him like that in Missouri, where they came out big for him because of what happened. It looks like the people in Missouri weren't thinking about the McCloskeys. So his Senate run was a bust. Y'all gonna have to tell me what you think about this story. Do you care whether they get an expungement or not? I have to tell you, I really don't care about these folks at all. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.